Yes, the title of this video is correct. This is indeed my most ambitious painting yet. And that's for a few reasons, which I will get to in a second here. Well, it's already been 1 second, so let's start with reason one. I find that some of the paintings I was doing earlier were a little too safe, whether it was the subject matter or the colors I was using. So I decided to do the opposite, painting glass and a lot of it, which is never a simple feat, and using some of the more vibrant and saturated colors, where I usually tend to use muted and more warm, earthy tones. In fact, the colors on the palette here for my base layer would usually be sufficient for the entirety of the painting. But you'll see later that I add some more saturated and vibrant and brilliant colors later on to enhance the painting. This mistake here will come in handy later. Sometimes little mistakes like that can turn into inspiration for the latter portions of the painting. See, I've been painting for a little over, I believe, 4 years now. And I want this painting to be the start of an experimentation into gaining more skills than I do. See, I've been a little bit too comfortable in the arena that I'm in, and I actually want this to be a skill that I master rather than become stagnant. I want reactions to my art to go from, hey, that painting looks pretty cool, to, wow, I've never seen anything like that before. What galleries are you in, for example? And I know that that's something that will take a lot of time and dedication, and the plan is to crank out a lot of paintings this year and put a lot of time in. So thank you for watching and following me along on this journey. By the way, I definitely underestimated the amount of time that it would take to complete this painting. I believe at this point it was probably day 3, so the third layer essentially. And here you can see I'm putting the original colors that I had previously, but I'm adding that magenta color that you just saw, cobalt teal, and a more powerful yellow in cadmium yellow lemon. And this time I'm using a medium called linseed oil, and that will help with the spreadability and the length that the paint can travel while maintaining its color. It's always a good time when I get to use a palette knife, which in this case I pretty much used it for no reason because I ended up blending it anyway. But hey, nonetheless, I could have ended there, but of course the painting could pop more with a little bit more highlights. So I decided to put the highlights in, and this part is always a little bit scary, shall we say, because any little mistake with the almost pure titanium white could result in a major cleanup. But this is the end result. Again, I could have left the painting here, but like I said, I wanted this to be ambitious. So finally, I'm using the palette knife, and for good reason this time, because I'm not simply going to blend it. And here is where I come back to this drip effect, which is the thing that I cleaned up earlier. that legitimately made me think of the idea to incorporate it into the painting. So I'm glad that it happened. This part was frustrating, as you'll audibly hear. And here's a little bit more palette knife action. And that's how this painting became my most ambitious yet. Thank you for watching, and please check out my Instagram where I post my art. Glad you guys could be here for the beginning of my journey into hopefully mastering this.